Good afternoon. I'm Jim Flanagan, broker of record with Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty. A couple of weeks ago you received a letter from me introducing the Coldwell Banker Buyer Bonus Program. I'd like to take a couple of minutes today to explain this program in detail, as I feel that something has been lost in the translation through the letter or through our sales associates' communication with you, the seller, as to how this program will work. Let me preface our discussion by explaining that the first-time home buyer tax credit and the move-up buyer tax credit is going to expire on April 30th. What this tax credit has done for the last 18 months has artificially created demand in our local real estate market. So when this tax credit expires on April 30th, and it is going to expire on April 30th, that artificial demand will be removed from our market. What does this mean to you? It means your prices are going to diminish. The buyer demand will be removed, which means supply will increase, which means prices will fall. So what Coldwell Banker has done is come up with what is known as the Buyer Bonus Program. In essence, what we're doing is extending the tax credit through Coldwell Banker brand awareness and national marketing. We're asking you, the seller, to do what's known as a traditional seller's concession. Right? Traditionally, we've always done a little creative financing with mortgages. So if we look at how we've done it traditionally, if we take the average sales price of $300,000 in our local market area, most mortgage companies, banks, financial institutions will allow you, the seller, to contribute up to 3% of the purchase price toward any and all of the buyer's closing costs and prepaids. So on a $300,000 mortgage or sales price, that equates to $309,000. Okay? So to explain this a little bit, if the buyer's requesting or asking you to contribute toward their closing costs, and you wanted a net $300,000 sales price, the buyer would actually pay $309,000. You would give them $9,000 back at closing toward any closing costs and prepaids. So what we're doing is we're putting a spin on this. What we're asking you to do is to agree to participate in this program and offer to contribute up to $8,000 back toward those same closing costs and prepaids. The $8,000 mimicking the $8,000 tax credit that's going to expire on April 30th. So that same $300,000 net sales price that we're using as an example, instead of contributing up to $9,000 back, your contribution will be maxed out at $8,000. The program only applies towards closing costs. It cannot exceed the closing costs, so the buyer can't get any cash back at closing. So if the price is less or the closing costs are less than $8,000, your contribution is less than $8,000. So what actually happens is the buyer actually finances the bonus through their mortgage. Right? So even though it's a concession on your part, the buyer's actually paying for the bonus themselves in their mortgage. You don't have to, as a seller, you don't have to accept any offer that's less than the net that the market and your sales associate agree is what your home is worth. Right? So what we're trying to do with this Coldwell Banker Buyer say that 5 times fast. With the Coldwell Banker Buyer Bonus Program is to keep the demand that was created by the tax credit alive for the next 90 days. The Coldwell Banker Buyer Bonus Program is scheduled to begin on May 1st, the day after the tax credit expires, and will run through July 31st. What Coldwell Banker and Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty are going to do is every seller that agrees to participate in this program, their home will be marketed underneath this banner, which means the buyers will be able to search specifically for participating properties. So it's going to give you an advantage over the competition, not only over all the other listings in the local market area, but even over the other Coldwell Banker listings that don't participate in this program. We're going to have a search set up on coldwellbanker.com and flanaganrealty.com where buyers can look exclusively for listings that are participating in this program. So it's going to set you aside from the competition. Coldwell Banker is going to have national television commercials on this. For 90 days, we are going to market and blanket the market with this program. So it really benefits you to participate in this program. Right? If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me personally. 732-270-6100, or talk with your listing agent, and if you'd like, even arrange an appointment to sit down with me and I'll explain it further and in detail. But rest assured, you do not have to accept any offer or contribute any money. It only happens when you, the seller, and the buyer agree upon a price and terms. There's nothing coming out of your pocket until there's an acceptable net price agreed upon between you and the buyer. So please, seriously consider participating in this program. It will only benefit you if you want to or have to sell your home in the next 90 days. Thank you for your time this afternoon. We look forward to being of service and successfully marketing and selling your home.